Hi, my name is Madeline Baum. I'm a student at Cal State San Bernardino, and I'm doing a humanities assignment where I'm going to talk to you about myself, about where I've come from, how I got here, and a few reasons why I want to be an educator and an effective educator at that. So, the first thing I want to talk to you today about is where I came from, and I came from Riverside, California. I have one sister, so I'm not an only child. I wish I was. Just kidding. But I have one sister, and she's encouraged me a lot to be where I am today, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that later. But I came from Riverside, California, and one of the things that I learned from that is they have a dual immersion program where they teach kids Spanish and English, and I was lucky enough to be a part of that program. And that's kind of where it all started. I was really inspired by that. I was like, wow, we have such great things for these kids, and it's like I'm so lucky to be a part of it. I didn't want to stop being a part of it. So after I graduated high school, I went to Cal State San Bernardino, and I decided, hey, I don't know what I want to do. I'm just going to go in undeclared and see where life takes me. And teaching was always in the back of my head. I was always thinking, like, yo, this is really cool. I love kids. I love being around kids, but I wasn't sure still. So I decided to start taking a lot of like medical classes like kinesiology, science, math, and I thought that that's what I wanted to do. I thought I wanted to be a nurse or a doctor or like a physical therapist, something in that field. And then I started realizing that I'm not good at math, I'm not good at science. I just wasn't finding it easy. It was really tough for me. And so that kind of pushed me to want to do it more. And I was like, well, I'm failing these classes. It's not working out for me. Maybe I need to start thinking about something else. So that's when I started thinking about teaching. I started thinking about the education system and how it's not perfect. It's not easy either. But if you have the heart for it, it's going to work for you no matter what. So I figured, okay, let me look into this some more. So my mom's actually a kindergarten teacher. So as soon as I graduated high school, I started just peeking my head in every now and then, helping to volunteer. I started reading to the kids. I started, helping her with recess or pass out papers, homework assignments, little things like that. Just spending time with the kids, really getting to know their nature and how they act, how they talk, how they communicate with each other and the teacher, and different ways that they learn. So I learned about the intelligence, the multiple intelligences theory, and I learned about that in my humanities class, and I learned that kids learn different ways. They have different aspects, different points of views, and we as educators need to adjust to their points of view, to their needs, because at the end of the day, that's our job. So I kind of thought that was really interesting because kids learn and they look up to us. They have families at home, of course, but they're spending most of their day with the teachers. They're at school all the time. That's kind of how it goes. So I figured I have a huge impact on this kid's life. And so with that, I started thinking, I have the heart for it. I should take advantage of that and I should, put it to good use. So I decided I wanted to be a teacher. I decided this maybe a year ago. I decided a year ago that I did want to be a teacher, and I hadn't declared yet. I hadn't declared yet because I was still unsure. I still didn't have that confirmation that this is right for me. So finally, I enrolled in Humanities 197, and I figured this class is going to be easy. It's 2 units. It can't be that hard. Then I started looking at the assignments, and the assignments were a little bit complicated at first, but I started getting the hang of it, and I started, asking questions, because that's the greatest way to learn, just to ask questions. And I started figuring things out, and I started saying, hey, these assignments aren't that hard. I'm learning a lot about myself in the meantime. So once I started taking this class, I started praying more. I started thinking, God, what I do? Because I am kind of a religious person, and I felt like this wasn't going to work out unless I got confirmation to my own personal beliefs. And I prayed about it, and I thought, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. So I started taking action. I told my mom what I wanted to do. I said I wanted to be a teacher, probably kindergarten, if not first grade. Show me what to do. So my mom took me to the classroom. We started spending a lot of time with the kids, hands on. I was all the way in it. She basically let me take over the classroom and said, hey, you got the kids for the day. And she got the day off. And I did great. I really think that day was a big life-changing moment for me because I made my decision. I'm going to be a teacher. I want to be a teacher, and I'm going to be an effective educator. 1, because I have the patience. 2, because I have the heart. And 3, because I know what it takes to be around kids, to be with kids, and not only the kids, but the parents. And I've seen that firsthand. I've seen my mom go through parent-teacher conferences, and it's not always fun. It's not always pretty. Sometimes it gets really bad. Sometimes it gets really ugly. There's been times when me and mom have bought socks and backpacks for her students because they're coming to school without any socks and shoes on, and it's like some of these things you kind of take to heart and you take it home with you. And I think you have to have a really strong mindset to even witness things like that, because it's not always fun. It's not always decorating your classroom. It's not always, recess with the kids and lunchtime. There's going to be really ugly times that we have to make sure we're ready for as educators, because we're responsible for that. It doesn't matter what goes on outside the classroom. When it's inside the classroom, it's up to us to take care of that. So when little things like that happen, I think that I would be able to react the way that you're supposed to, because it's important. And these little moments are gonna last for that kid's whole life, and we are changing their lives whether we think we are or not. Our role in their life is very important, and it's something that is gonna last forever for them. On a more positive note, I want to talk about the positive influences that I have on these kids, because these kids look up to me. I'm their teacher. This is something that they look forward to going to school every day. I want them to be able to say, I can't wait to go to school today because I'm going to have so much fun, I'm going to learn so much. And I want to inspire them to think for themselves, to find a creativity that, maybe they're not getting at home, maybe they're not getting from the TV or from the iPad. I want to inspire them to start thinking for themselves and to start learning that they are in control of their own lives, and they can, it's okay to learn a different way. It's okay to be a little bit slower. Not every kid is gonna, be at the same pace, and it's okay. A few years back, there was something called No Child Left Behind, and it was like a slogan that they wanted every kid to graduate, every kid to be on time and on the same pace as everyone else. And I kind of saw that in a different way. I saw it as, not every kid is like that. Not every kid is gonna make it by the first time around, and that's okay. Some kids need more time, more attention, and more patience. And I want to encourage kids and open their eyes to see that it's okay to take your time. It's okay to not be perfect and not be smart and not finish their test early. And I want them to feel that it's okay. They're not dumb. They're not slow. And I want to really show them that they don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be like everyone else. And I think that that's important for them too. So to wrap it all up, I want to thank my professor for putting me through those assignments and allowing me to really learn for myself what I wanted to do and why I wanted to do it. So this is really important to me, and I'm really glad that I took this class. I'm really glad that I made the decision that I made to become a teacher and to pursue education as a career. And I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about the system, the education system in general, and I'm really thankful for that. So thank you, and enjoy your day.